Hi guys, welcome to Bajerski YouTube channel. Beautiful afternoon. Just working on my crystals, wrapping and packing, and it's a beautiful day. It really is. I just thought we'd have a nice chat about healing and what healing is. I'm not so sure if a lot of you know who I am yet, but I've spent many years healing people, children, adults from different illnesses to psychological issues to just about everything really. Addiction, the list goes on and on. People get to a stage in life, I think, a lot of the times, unless you're awakened, of course. If you're awakened and you're used to healing, then your mother would have brought you to a healer because she would have known the art of healing and how powerful it is. But to people who don't really truly understand this field of work, what normally happens is they get to a situation in life where they realize that the pharmaceutical industry, the doctors, all of that, it just isn't working. They're still ill. And that's because they never actually cure the root cause. So the root cause keeps resurfacing. So they suppress the illness and then they think, oh, this is great, I feel better now. And then slowly it comes back again. And it comes to a point, I think, with a lot of us that we're sick of medication. We're sick, and don't get me wrong, some medications really do help, and I totally understand and appreciate that. I work alongside the pharmaceutical world as often as I could to try and help balance that. And practice what you preach, Mark. If you really believe that healing works, then whatever medication they're on, if you can help them during that time, then maybe they turn around and say, oh, the medication worked, when you know full well it was the healing that fixed the issue, the root cause. So the amount of people who came to me saying, I don't know what to do, I've heard about you, I'm lost, or I don't know why I'm here, but I've come because of this issue and that issue. Spirit's very clever. They know to bring the right people to the right places. And what I find interesting is that many people don't get that calling because they're so in the suffering and the pain and the emotional torture that they can't find a way to find somebody to help them. But in the end, I think our own intuition takes over and says, enough is enough. I need to change something. Something needs to change. I need to do something different to make a difference. And I think we all have that spark within us. I really do. I think we've all got that ultimate answer to be able to really to do something to heal ourselves. So a lot of people used to come to me, knock on the door, and I always said, please don't say anything, because I would rather find it myself. I would rather find where the cause is, because X never marks the spot. So I often share this with the people who come to learn healing here. If somebody walks in and they're pulling one leg because it's, don't look at the leg. Because a lot of the times, the leg, which is the issue, which you think is the issue, which looks like the issue, is never the leg. It could be somewhere else. It could be in the head on the left-hand side where there's a block or an issue there that you need to clear. Now, healing is an interesting thing because I think science is catching up now to realizing that healing, hands-on, whether it's touch or whether it's just above and you're working with the energy, there is something very profound in it. And it's beyond science. They don't understand it at all. But as a healer, we realize that this kind of therapy, this kind of healing work truly works. And it works in miracle ways. And when I often say to you guys, a hug is worth £1 million, it is. Because when you connect with somebody with love and you hold them, you are giving them that love, that energy that either awakens something or clears something within them. So you can be sat with somebody and feel so much better after half an hour and go away because you've been healed by that person. And we are all healers, all of us. We all have the healing ability to help one another. And it's almost like an automatic pilot mechanism that without even realizing, when you're next to someone, your body's saying, I am fit, I am well, I am strong. Therefore, I am able to give you energy to help you heal yourself. So, as a practitioner for 15 years, I realized that if I can channel that very energy through in a more potent way, in a more pinpoint, accurate way to a certain location in the body, whether it's the head, the foot, the leg, the knee, wherever you need to be, and you blast that energy there, whatever's happening on a molecular or a cellular structure level doesn't really mean anything to me. What I see is the result of hands-on healing or energy work above the body. And miracles happen, which we would call a miracle, but really, when you truly visually see what's happening, it is a blasting away of a suppressed energy or emotion, an emotional block within a certain place in, say, the eye, the back of the head, the top of the head, somewhere in the body, that once that's cleared, it's almost like the pipework system starts and everything then functions. So it's so interesting, healing. And you know, whenever you feel like you want to just lay your hands on somebody for no reason, because you feel like you just feel like you want to touch them, do that. A lot of the times, I used to say over the years, it's clear to see that every soul is a healer. And when we see somebody fall to the ground, our instant reaction is to help. And that makes you a healer. Because when you want to give, when you want to hold somebody's hand and just touch them somewhere to make them feel better, without realizing, you've become a healer. Without knowing what you're doing, you are healing. Because there is something so profound, so special about our higher intuition that the brain can't comprehend. That when we do something which I call a natural action, that is when our true power is revealed, our true sense of who we are as a giver, a healer, a kind person, a loving person. So really, guys, don't ever knock the power of your instinct. Don't ever knock that feeling. Don't ever interrupt through your mind saying, oh, I can't do that, I shouldn't do that. When you do it with love and kindness, it is as simple as a handshake or a cuddle. It is as simple as a caring ear to sit next to somebody, and your own higher self gives that healing through what I believe is spiritual intervention of the divine energy around us, that without realizing, when I watch people, I see the flow of energy flow through them and go into somebody. I so often sit and observe people over these 15 years of how I can see people healing somebody else. And I've always said, the stronger of the two will always be giving the energy of healing to the other. So whenever we feel down, Spirit always brings an earth angel to our rescue to help us and make us stronger. One of the questions I often got was, do we need somebody next to us to help heal us? And it's a great question. Would I be healed without that person coming to me? Brilliant question. I've pondered on that many times, and I think you've probably sussed me out by now. The reason why I ask you to go into a deep silence, when I ask you to rub your oils on here and there, when I ask you to hold a crystal, all of those things help you open to that universal energy of healing. And therefore you self-heal through the energy that's poured through to you. But it can only be poured through to you when you're open. But when you're in pain, suffering, feeling bad, feeling angry, feeling down, feeling depressed, you're closed. It's impossible for that energy to pour through because you're radiating the suffering, which is basically blocking or blasting or creating a wall around you that it's very hard for the universal energy to penetrate through that. But if when you're in pain, like I used to be in pain a lot, and when I was suffering with my stomach, I'd sit down quietly and place my hands on my stomach. It was a natural thing, I didn't know why. And I look back now and realise when I was a little boy, I used to suffer with IBS. And I remember one particular moment, and there must have been thousands, but one particular moment when my beautiful mother was alive. We were both heading to Italy on a coach. And I started crying and she could see I had stomach pain. She laid me down. So I was looking at her and she just started rubbing my stomach. And I swear to you, within less than 5 or 10 minutes, it was gone. There was no more pain. My mum was a healer, as you are a healer, as we are all healers. And there is no reason why we can't use that same love and energy that we give to others daily to ourselves. But the problem is, our brain says, what you're doing. You can't do that for you. That's selfish. You can't heal yourself. It's impossible. Yet we so often heal others by our reaction, our gift, our kindness. But yet we so often stop ourselves because our mind says we can't do that to ourselves. So we have to break free from the mind's limited understanding to say, hey, shut up. I can do anything. I can heal myself. And thus today's message is very clear. You are your healer and you can heal yourself. I want to give you a message, guys, about these sticks. A very powerful healer in the world sent me a message the other day who heals many people throughout the whole of the world. She sent me a message and I can't show it you because it's on my phone, and it says, Mark, I want you to know something. I use your sticks, and as I finished using them, I took the ashes and rubbed it onto a part of my body which was in throbbing pain. I don't know why, but I rubbed it in. Within 10 minutes, the swelling went down. Isn't that damn amazing? I didn't know. And I said, thank you. I will share that with my friends. So even the ashes, when you rub it into a certain place, will heal the physical of your body. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. So it's great. The feedback I'm getting now from you guys on these new sticks are awesome. But I knew they work, so that's just another thing we can do now. So I wish you all a beautiful day, guys. I hope this little talk serves you well. You are your healer. You are amazing. And never forget, never let your mind limit you to what Spirit is always trying to share with you. The limitation of the mind is just a speck of one little grain of sand, and the rest of the beach is what we don't know. Tell your mind to be still. Your mind knows nothing, only the little bits of information that you receive from others. The truth is we are unlimited to our power and what we can do. So clear your mind, tell it to shut up, tell it to go away and have a rest, and you'll talk to it when you need it. And that is when you cross the road looking left and right, when you do your research, read your books. That's what the mind's for. Other than that, tell it to be still. It serves no purpose in the understanding of the nature or the natural ability and the actions, the natural actions of what we do. Let your mind not interfere with your trueness and purpose. Have a great day from my heart to yours. Thank you for subscribing to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Have a great day, guys. I really mean that. Have a great day. Take care.